Welcome to TechVerse Reviews, your ultimate destination for honest, in-depth, and cutting-edge tech reviews. Whether it's the latest gadgets, smartphones, or must-have tech accessories, we break it all down for you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Now let's dive into today's review. Singapore. Huawei's new Mate XT smartphone looks like something out of a dream. With its three-part screen, where the right and left segments fold into the middle, it opens and closes, much like a brochure. Unlike paper brochures, however, it has the processing power of a small computer and a price tag to match, about $3,650. Currently available only in China, it is among the most buzzworthy of recent smartphone launches. The foldable phone market is filled with credible options for both clamshell-style flip phones and book-style folding phones with bendable displays. In September and October, at least two Chinese consumer electronics firms released foldable devices to the global market. Xiaomi, with its first Mix Flip clamshell, $1,499, and Honor, with its Magic V3 book-style phone, $1,999. Also in October, American tech company Google released the second version of its book-style folding phone, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, from $2,399. The trajectory began earlier. In July, South Korean electronics giant Samsung launched the latest version of its Galaxy Z Flip from $1,648 and Fold from $2,548 models. Also available in Singapore since November 2023 are the Find N3 Flip Clamshell, $1,099, and Find N3 Book Style, $2,099 folding phones from Chinese manufacturer Oppo. The Motorola Razr, originally a flip phone that was popular in the mid-2000s, has also been present in the market as a modern touchscreen-only version since 2020. The latest iteration released in June, the Motorola Razr 50, is not officially available in Singapore. But some retailers on e-commerce platforms Shopee and Lazada are selling it for upwards of $680. Go big or go small before 3, 4, or 5G, when mobile phones were mainly for making phone calls or sending short text messages typed on alphanumeric button pads, smaller was better. The same philosophy held true for much of the early smartphone era as well. For people struggling to fit modern smartphones into small purses or shallow pockets, compact flip phones hold an obvious appeal. A book-style folding phone, meanwhile, makes it comfortable to enjoy activities more suited to a tablet, such as watching a movie or reading a book, or even a broadsheet newspaper like the Straits Times. Seniors and other users tired of squinting at small text on their phones will also appreciate the bigger screen. However, these phones also take a step further in functionality by essentially packing two devices into one. The book-style folding phones, for instance, can be used while folded as regular candy bar phones. Meanwhile, the external cover screens of clamshell phones, which are the top half of the side that faces outward, have become more and more sophisticated with each new generation. The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6's external cover screen spans most of the front of the folded device and provides easy access to selected functions such as the camera, phone, and voice recorder. The external cover screens on the Xiaomi Mix Flip and Oppo Find N3 Flip are not quite as full coverage, but they offer a slightly wider selection of widgets that includes Google Maps and TikTok. Resourceful users can get these on the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6, but it will require some effort and workarounds. Phone makers have also leveraged the hinge mechanisms of these devices to offer more functions than candy bar phones. Want to take a quick selfie of your outfit of the day? No need to precariously tilt your phone against a wall or prop it up against a nearby object. Fold it at a 90-degree angle like a laptop or at 45 degrees like a tent, and place it on a flat surface. The phone remains stable while you take your photos, with a camera system that adapts to your chosen configuration. I take a selfie at my dining table with review units of the Samsung, Xiaomi, and Oppo flip phones. It is perhaps the fastest selfie I have taken, if only because I did not need to spend 10 minutes trying to find a half-decent angle to prop the phone up. These phones also prove useful in the gym, a place where I had never considered recording myself. But the ease of setting up the clamshell phones makes it simple and fuss-free to check my form while lifting weights. The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 even lets me mirror the rear camera's image in the external cover screen, so I can check that I am recording myself properly without shifting out of position. The camera systems on these devices are respectable, though not the most technologically advanced on the market. Photography pros might have quibbles, but casual users are likely to be satisfied with the images and videos produced by the newer generation of foldable phones. I take a photo of the sunrise from my home one morning, and there are slight differences in how the colors and light are processed by 3 different phones. There is one task that I did not quite manage to pull off with any of the phones: writing my hypothetical great Singaporean novel. The Google Pixel Pro, for instance, seems to capture more foreground detail, but given my own amateur skills and the fact that I will use such photos only in a personal capacity, I am satisfied with them as keepsakes of a transient moment. Bottom line: all the devices in this roundup run on the Android operating system, which means that they offer a similar experience in terms of interface usage and functionality, with small differences. Other common smartphone features are all in place as well: USB-C connectivity, 4K video recording, fingerprint sensors, lack of a headphone jack. Most of the displays boast a maximum refresh rate of 120 Hz, making for a visual experience that is easy on the eyes. A higher refresh rate means the screen refreshes itself more often in a single second, resulting in a smoother display. This is a feature that the standard iPhone 16, with its 60 Hz refresh rate, still lacks. Even with the book-style folding devices placed in laptop mode, typing was awkward and clunky. It was much easier to type while the device was completely unfolded, perfect for writing slightly longer emails. Creatives seeking a smartphone that encourages their literary aspirations should look elsewhere. On the other hand, multitaskers will enjoy the split-screen capabilities of both book-style and clamshell smartphones. If I could keep these review units just a bit longer, I might catch up on social media while watching a live stream of American pop star Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour concerts, which are into their final stretch in North America. I hear a sobering anecdote about a couple who each had a foldable phone a few years ago. A clamshell for her, a book for him. Both devices broke within a year or two due to the fragile hinge. The creases on the devices are also largely a non-issue during use, and I often forget they are there. The hinge that causes the crease is really the hero element of foldable phones that allows them to fold and unfold and even half-fold in various configurations. However, it has also been the Achilles heel for early iterations of such devices. But there is evidence that the technology is improving. In August 2023, Polish YouTuber Mirkibird ran a live stream where the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 was continuously folded and unfolded by human testers. The phone managed 220,000 folds before the hinge began to struggle, and more than 400,000 folds before collapsing fully. It might have endured longer had Mirkibird not subjected it to extreme testing, such as a dousing in water, flour, and eggs. Nevertheless, 400,000 folds is double the 200,000 folding and unfolding cycles that Samsung said the Galaxy Z Flip 5 can handle. This means at least 5 years of use for a person who folds and unfolds the phone some 100 times a day. Technical specifications: selected clamshell flip phones, table with 4 columns and 13 rows, Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 Oppo, Find N3 Flip Xiaomi, Mix Flip Price, from 1648 1099 to 1499 dimensions, mem unfolded, 165.1 x 71.9 x 6.9 unfolded, 166.2 x 75.87. 8 unfolded, 167.5x, 74x, 7.6 folded, 85.1x, 71.9x, 14.9 folded, 85 on 5x, 75.8x, 16.5 folded, 85.5x, 74x, 16 display size. Resolution and pixel density internal 6.7-inch 2, 640x 1008 425 ppi internal 6.8-inch 2 520 x 1080 ppi internal 6.86-inch 2 912 x 1022 4460 ppi external 3.4-inch 720 x 748306 ppi external 3.26-inch 720 x 3SA2250 ppi external 01-inch 1392x 1208460 ppi rear camera of 0 MP wide angle plus 12 MP ultra wide 25 MP main plus 32 MP telephoto plus 48 MP ultra wide 25 MP main plus 50 MP floating telephoto front camera then MP 30 MP32 main MP processor Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 MediaTek Dimensity 9200 Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 storage GB 256 or 51222565 memory GB 121212 battery capacity MH typical 4000 3004 780 weight G 187198192 Technical specifications selected book-style folding phones table with 4 columns and 14 rows Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 Oppo Find N3s Glass Edition Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold price from 2548 to 2099 from 2399 dimensions unfolded 132 6 x 153.5 x 5.6 unfolded 153.4 x 143.1 x 5.9 unfolded 155.2 she 150.2 x 5.1 folded 68.1 she 153.5 x 12.1 folded 153.4 a 73.3 x 11.9 folded 155.2 x 77.1 x 10.5 display size resolution and pixel density Internal 76-inch 2 160 x 1856 374 pi internal 782-inch 2 44 x 2268 pi internal 6.3-inch 2 AO76 x 2152 pi external 6.3-inch 2 376 x 9684 pi external 0.31-inch 2 484 x 1 batting 641 ppi external 6.3-inch 1080 x doors 424 422 ppi rear camera 50 megapixel wide plus or 12 megapixel ultra wide plus 10 megapixel telephoto 48 megapixel main plus 36 megapixel telephoto plus 16 megapixel telephoto plus 48 megapixel ultra wide 48 megapixel wide plus 10.5 ultra wide plus on 10.8 telephoto front camera 10 megapixel and others 7 megapixel internal camera MB3 MB 10 MP processor Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 Google Tensor G4 Titan M2 security coprocessor storage GB 1 Dian Orifar 1 TB 512 256512256 or 512 memory GB 121616 battery capacity MAH typical Thought 400 dual 4 8054 650 weight G by 239245257 It is as positive a sign as any that the foldable smartphone market has pushed past initial conceptions of these devices being novelties or nostalgic gimmicks. What comes next? It seems that anything is possible. Rumors run the gamut from tri-folding, devices from more brands to foldable tablets. There could even be a foldable version from Apple, which some industry observers think could hit the market in 2026. One thing is clear. While the flip phone was briefly an artifact of a pre-smartphone age, it is now fully back and will not return to obsolescence anytime soon. Thanks for watching TechVerse Reviews. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below, and subscribe for more tech insights. Stay tuned for the next review, and as always, stay tech-savvy. But as people started to expect more and more from their mobile phones, treating them as substitutes for laptops and desktop computers, big phones came into fashion, decked out with larger screens, higher capacity batteries, and other hardware upgrades. In this landscape, Foldable phones present the best of both worlds in certain respects. Thanks for watching TechVerse Reviews. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below, and subscribe for more tech insights. Stay tuned for the next review, and as always, stay tech savvy.